Hello, hooligans, and welcome back to Starbottled, Episode 3, A Silent Martyr. I'm your space daddy, Shanae, and we had a little bit of a doozy when we left off last episode. We saw Raymond Spector, the CEO of Pathos, have a word with Lucy Delmont. She's been caught, had as her paperwork wasn't quite right, and she was discovered to be a plug for incubi. And the repercussion of that is she was offered a choice of her loyalty, incubi or pathos. And she has to choose whether or not to stay loyal to her job that she's invested in for the last 5 years or bring down something that does kind of help emotions get to the masses in a little bit healthier of a way. But we are going to cut to Lucy in a little bit as we sort of zoom in to Apothecary and the rest of our party in some way, shape, or form are in the main room of Apothecary lounge. It's a Monday night. And what are you all doing at this point? You do see Lucy leave.
I'm sure it's fine, and I'm typing away on my laptop, looking at more security. That's an issue that needs to be solved.
I'm probably not. I'm just gonna mind my business.
Same. Nellie's like, that might be something to be concerned about, but I also don't know who this person is, so.
Ozzy Ray is just like doing a little bit of work, but then like trying to make eye contact and check in with these three every once in a while just to see if they're having a good time, if they need anything.
All right. Just sort of minding your business, doing your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Flynn awkwardly eyeing Nellie from across the room.
Maybe sending a text here and there, but you know.
Okay. Anything of particular import? All right.
I think so.
Awesome. So you all are sort of minding your business, and Andrea, Naz, you've grown familiar with Naz, the Harangon assistant to Azarea. He walks up to you and goes,
Yes.
Miss Andrea, Charlie's having a little bit of an episode.
Oh, yes. What do you need from me, dear?
If you could come in the back with me, I can't go into particularly too much detail because of Shippa.
Yeah,
but
understood. Yes, right away, and I just immediately close laptop, pack it away, and I'm already up and moving.
Yeah, and Naz kind of takes you into the back rooms, because normally at this point in the night they are relatively closed, but Charlie is a little bit of an emergency, just because of the way that he has used emotions up until this point.
Yeah.
Charlie came to you using very heavy amounts of sadness as his family was lost to him, and he never quite wanted to stop grieving them, because in his mind, to stop grieving was to stop remembering.
Yeah.
And so he has sort of been battling with that as the time goes on. He's one of your longest staying residents, actually.
Yeah, he was one of the first ones to sign up. You know?
And yeah, so you go into the back room, and Naz kind of looks at you and goes, "Are you ready? It's not a pretty sight."
It rarely is in cases like this. So, thank you for checking, but I'd rather be here. There's nowhere else
Of
I'd
course.
rather be.
I appreciate the care that you give the Haven residents. It's why I'm really glad that Rhea went in and did the partnership.
Yeah, I honestly, the fact that she agreed to work with Haven meant so much to me. It's helped so many people already.
Marco already left. He was doing an acupuncture treatment.
Okay.
All the needles have been removed. He's okay. It's just
Okay, good.
it was a trigger.
Okay. I'll make note of that on his file for next time.
Okay. That works.
Okay.
And you go in alone and you see Charlie fully huddled in a ball.
I'm just gonna very slowly approach and kind of sit down in front of him. Hey, wanna talk about it?
I don't know anymore.
Okay. Hey,
Andrea, I thought this was gonna be easier. It's not.
Hey. No, I know it's hard, and this was never gonna be easy, but you've already come so far. Don't give up just yet, okay? You know, remember what we... Come on, it's okay.
What kind of a husband am I to go through a day and forget my wife? That's not fair. That's not fair to her. She can't be forgotten.
Shh. She is never forgotten. She is... Remember what we talked about how she and everyone else wouldn't want you to be hurting yourself in this way to keep them alive.
It shouldn't be this hard.
Loss is never easy, okay? And I'm just gonna very carefully reach out, take his hand. Hey, okay? Breathe with me, okay? In.
Okay.
Okay. Hold it. Okay. You're good. It's okay. It's okay. You're not alone. Not alone. What was your favorite thing about her? Tell me the good things.
She always loved the park in the center of town.
Mm-hmm.
And is amazing for what it is, but it's largely industrial, and the park was the one place that it was natural, and she loved it, and there were so many different things that she could see, and it felt cleaner, it felt better.
Yeah.
She loved it. And I took her on walks when she got sick. It was where she always wanted to go.
Okay. You know, I've been thinking it's a real shame we don't have more parks, more natural beauty. And I was actually wondering if maybe you would be interested in helping me put together plans to submit to the city about creating another park. Maybe we could name it after her, and you could... It's a way to make sure that she lives on. Because she deserves to be remembered.
You would do that?
Of course I would. You know I would.
I don't want to take your time, though. You've been we've all heard about the second location, and it's great. It's awesome, but I can't take that much time of yours.
Hey, I have plenty of time to work on the second location, but you and everyone else, you are always my priority. Okay? I will always have time for you and everyone. Like I said.
Give me a persuasion check, please.
Okay.
And you know what? Make it with advantage. You're kind of killing this.
All right. All right. That's a 16 plus 6. That's 22.
And you watch as Charlie's shoulders kind of start to relax. They're like strains of tears.
Okay. Just gonna pull a handkerchief out of my bag and here you go. You're good.
Okay. And he starts to relax, and his eyes sort of drift closed. And the tension is almost palpable as you sort of hold your breath and hope that what you're saying is going to get through to him before eventually he relaxes fully, sort of wipes his eyes, and looks up at you. Because he's been kind of curled up in a ball on the couch and you sit next to him. So he kind of glances up from the fetal position that he was in. Okay. How do I help?
Alright. I'm not all that acquainted with nature, to be honest, but I know your wife loved it, so what do you think are the important things that should be there in the park? How big should it be? The flowers and all of that, give me an idea. What feels important?
There are these lilies that she always really loved, that when they bloomed, there were small sparks of light. And she loved at night we would walk because they always looked like fireflies. It's part of the planet that we really miss, is the bioluminescent insects that we had. And you don't necessarily have a bug problem in Anaam.
No, but those sound lovely. Could you do some research, see how we can properly care for those? Because I would love to have those at this park.
That'd be...
Hey, you're doing great.
That would be amazing.
Alright, there we go.
I know there's some gardener bots that probably know how to take care of them. If not, programming's easy.
Yeah, it is. But, I think maybe it would help to have another little project going. And I think this would be something you would be really good at. You've always been really great about project management and helping the other residents.
I mean, I was one of the first in Haven, so...
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
I'm okay.
You sure?
Can you let... Yeah.
Okay.
Can you let Naz know to bring Marco back in?
Yeah,
I want to finish the treatment.
Okay.
If I deny it, it's a step backwards.
Okay. And remember, if it gets to be too much again, you can always say something, or if you let them know, I'll come back and I will sit with you during the treatment, okay? Whatever's gonna make you feel better.
2 more minutes? Just
2.
having you here helps.
Of course. Of course.
Thank you, Andrea, for everything.
Always. Or, let Maz know Charlie's okay, and if it's okay if I sit in here for a bit while they finish up the treatment.
Yeah, Marco comes back in and lightly puts some needles in some of the lesser pressure points, nothing that's going to be super opening, but enough that it'll kind of bring him a little bit of tranquility.
Okay.
And it's only very light uses of serenity that are being coded on the needles just to sort of level Charlie out.
All right.
And we will get back to you as you take a little bit of time. Now, the camera pans, and we exit Apothecary and go down the street a little bit where Lucy has taken the time to drop off Izzy's body back at her apartment, removing her from the home that Izzy made for herself in Anaheim. And after a little while, Lucy gets a text saying that her contacts are ready to meet with her and to meet just down the street from Apothecary. Hi, Lucy. Welcome back. How are you holding up? You're muted.
That's a great question.
It is a great question. Where's Lucy's head at?
Physically on her shoulders. Her mental brain is gone. She's... I say it's gone. It's very laser focused on one thing, and that would be dealing with what just happened, in the fact that she is trying not to be self-deprecating because she is a piece of shit, but at the same time she has to do something about what just happened, and she needs to do it fast, or at least she thinks she does.
Okay, so you head just down the street of Apothecary, in front of another bar that you actually frequent relatively often is Puzzles. And you see a lot of your coworkers kind of making their way in, and you thankfully are in your night form, so you aren't necessarily noticed. Give me a stealth check as you sneak into the alleyway behind Puzzles.
Give me a second while I was like, this is my first roll. No, it's not. I'm so excited for a second. Stealth. Alright. That is a 14.
Okay, let me make a couple rolls. Okay, so do you want to describe to me how you're kind of slinking back? There is kind of a growing crowd. It's probably around 9 p.m. at this point. You took a little bit of time to gather yourself.
I think she likely took something at home. Like, probably it wouldn't be Serenity because she wants to feel this, but at the same time she doesn't want to feel it completely and be sobbing through the streets. So likely a combination of Serenity and something motivating.
Okay, perfect. And let me also roll a little bit of a thing here.
Roll.
The trust is still in your system.
Cool. Okay. Was it a microdose?
It was a microdose.
Okay. I knew it was going to last a little bit. I forgot.
Yes. It is still in your system at this point.
How long has it been?
It has been 3 hours.
3 hours? Okay.
Yeah, so you got about 2 hours left. That's what I just rolled.
Okay.
And you go behind puzzles, and you do see the burly human man and the lanky high elf. You never learned their names. They have never given you their names. You only know that they are tied to incubi, and they're the main people that you interact with when it's time for a drop.
And they're standing outside?
They're standing behind puzzles.
Okay. I'll walk up to them and dropping the pretense of my voice if no one else is around.
Yes.
Okay.
And the lanky high elf kind of looks at you, hands in his pant pockets. We need to talk, huh? That's what we're doing?
We're in danger.
We're in danger.
And in
What
his head, he's going to hear Spectre knows.
You'll hear back. How'd you find that out?
And the rest of this is gonna be in head.
You watch as like the burly human, his eyes fully glaze over as he's like, all right, cool.
Sorry, buddy. So I'll say, I made a mistake on my paperwork. And he found out. And he killed my sister.
Could be worse. Could have been you.
He wants me to betray us. You. Incubi.
And what's your plan there?
You know, had he not killed my sister, I would have thought about it. But he fucked up. But we need to take this very carefully. He sees everything. That's why I'm talking in your head.
Believe me, compromise makes sense in this moment.
He has access to everything. Security cameras. Apartment listings. We can't trust anyone.
Where's her body?
My apartment.
Worried someone's gonna take it?
He said he was going to make her disappear and that she never existed. I'm not letting that happen.
What do you plan on doing, Lucy?
It's not fully formulated yet. But I think I need to play the part for now. We need some red herrings. Something that he can latch onto that isn't fully true. And I also need someone to find my parents.
We can't do anything in Anaheim. If Spectre sees you actively interacting with us and looking like you are helping, that screws us.
What do you want me to do?
Find people you can trust. Make friends, Lucy.
Speaking of friends, I've never even gotten either of your names. And out loud, she's gonna say that so the human guy can hear things. Speaking of friends.
Yeah, we cut back to this dude who is at this point pulled out his phone and is like playing the space equivalent of Candy Crush. Like he's zoned out.
Never got your names.
It's gonna stay that way for now.
So am I just gonna call you Tweedledee and Tweedledum, or...
Wow, a Lewis Carroll reference as we deal with emotions. How original, Lucy.
What can I say? I like reading books, alright? I just... Give me something else. It doesn't have to be your actual name.
And the elf just kind of like leans forward. Like, does that like shitty kind of like anime lean forward as he kind of slinks a little closer to you? We're gonna be a little hesitant to give out any semblance of code names. You called us your contact up until now. It's gonna stay that way until we can guarantee your loyalty to Incubi. Better safe than sorry, Lucy. Or should we call you Alice, since we're sticking with the Wonderland?
Ew. No. You could call me a white rabbit if you want. That'd be fun. And she'll just go, okay, fine. And then back into the elf's head just to say, I'll need a new burner phone. I have people I can. I have someone I can trust. I just need to talk to them. You'll hear from me, but don't reach out. And
Dream of it.
stay safe. If you see anything,
If we don't hear from
suspicious-
you by the end of the week.
yes,
If we don't hear from you by Friday.
assume the worst.
You won't hear from us ever again.
Fair enough.
We will
Okay.
assume that you chose Pathos.
Or that I'm dead. You know, that's also an option.
Yeah. We'll send a couple people to track down your parents. Just make sure they're okay.
He threatened them. I want them safe. Whether that means wiping their memories of me, changing their names, I don't care. If you can't do it, I'll find someone who can. I just need to know where they are, and I can handle the rest. Don't tell them about my sister if you find them. Let me do that. It's
We'll
my
handle
fault
it.
anyway.
And the human just kind of like sadly looks at his phone and hands the phone to you. Burner.
But your space crash score, I don't want to take that from you.
It's saved on the cloud. I'm not worried about it.
And in his head, you'll just hear, "Thanks, buddy. So sorry I couldn't also talk to you at the same time."
You hear him enthusiastically be like, I'm on level 437.
Good job, buddy. And she's gonna nod her head and slink off.
Okay. Where are you going?
Apothecary.
Okay. And you go directly up to Azarea.
In Azarea's head, she's gonna hear this normal voice, which she's never heard. At least I don't think so. I need help. And you're the only one I trust. Can we talk? Please. I would love to hear your voice, but you're muted. And I cannot hear you in my brain.
Yes.
I wish!
Azurea realizes that she hasn't fully connected the telepathic bond, and it's just like,
Yes, of course. Yeah, let's just go to my workshop. Do you
Yeah.
want to talk privately?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I lead you up, close the door, lock it. What's the matter, Lucy?
I got caught.
Oh. What happened?
You saw me leave earlier, right?
Yes, I did. You seemed a little frazzled, a little rushed.
And this is a definite different demeanor than Azure has ever seen before. In the same clothes as Night Lucy, but the voice of Day Lucy, so it's very different. So it's just like, and she's talking out loud now too. She knows she can speak freely in this building. I fucked up on my paperwork.
Oh no.
Spectre found out. He killed my sister.
Oh my god, Lucy, I am so sorry.
Her body is in my apartment.
No.
I had to take her there. He said he was going to make her disappear, and I can't let that happen. I don't know what to do with her body. There are security cameras everywhere. I can't. He sees everything.
Yes.
He saw me with Incubi in the back of the alleyway. He saw my paperwork. He's seen my messages. He listed my sister's apartment moments after she was shot in the head and had someone repairing the fucking window. I need people I can trust. And I know I can start with you. I don't know about the others.
Oh, of course. Anything I can do, I will. Anything.
Who do you trust?
I've worked with Andrea for quite a long time. And I do feel like I know Flynn pretty well at this point.
What are... Aviella.
Yes, she's a little light, but I'm sure if she hears
She has
this,
influence.
yes. I'm so sorry, Lucy.
He threatened my parents. I talked to my contacts. They don't fully trust me right now because I told them the whole story, which is that Spectre wants me to betray them, and I can't. They've given me no reason to not trust them. I understand what we're doing isn't right, legally, but people deserve to feel things.
Yes, since working with Incubi, I've been able to do so much more good. It is crazy what Pathos is keeping from people. The opportunities.
Do you know anyone involved with Logos?
I might.
I have a backup plan if things don't go right. God.
I think they're here. I'll ask. Would you like me to ask them?
Yes.
Okay, I will. I'll go down to go out of my workshop and go down to the main floor of Apothecary and walk up to Flynn. And you hear in your head, so there is an issue, and we need some help. Me and Lucy was someone who works with Logos. I didn't use your name, but would you be willing to help?
I can't use message, can I?
No, and I can't. You can't hear it back, but you can speak.
No, buddy, you don't got message.
Great. I'm just gonna kind of nod and Give me a minute.
Yes. I'll be in my workshop. Whenever you feel ready.
Okay. And I'm going to wait for her to leave and walk straight over to Nellie. And just kind of hovering, just... Is it done?
I've been waiting for a message, but he told me it would be done today.
Can you text me when it is done?
Of course.
And then he's gonna just kind of lean in and whisper. Azarea needs something to do with logos. You stay here. I'll let you know everything.
And Nellie's just kind of gonna nod and be like, be careful because I still need you.
I won't text you, I will meet you in person.
Sounds good.
And he's gonna head up.
I usher Flynn in and lock the door behind us.
Lucy, this is
I
Flynn
know.
is my my person that I know related to logos.
What's this about?
Spectre had my sister killed.
I don't follow.
Sorry, I should elaborate.
I'm sorry,
No, it's fine. I work for Pathos.
okay.
Research and development. I am a doctor. You never really think that you're gonna have to tell all of your secrets at once. I work for them, and I also work for Incubi. I dealt to get myself through med school. I was out for a while, and then I got my job at Pathos, and they found out, and they wanted me to start doing it again, and I said okay, and that's fine. Made some money. I wire it back to my parents. I made a mistake on my paperwork when I was getting supply for Azarea, an apothecary.
That makes sense now.
He came and picked me up. He told me I had to either choose Incubi or choose Pathos. And for a minute, I really did consider sticking with Pathos and just saying fuck you to Incubi, but then he drove up to my sister's apartment. Sorry, it's not her apartment anymore. As of the moment she was shot through the head, it was already back on the market. That's where he made a mistake. Had he not killed her, I would have gone along with it. I would have thought about it. No. We can't take him on head on right now. We can't. He's way too powerful. He literally has access to everything. Security. Likely anyone in authority. Cameras, phones. He has ears everywhere.
I might be able to help. But I'm gonna need a favor.
Anything.
I'm not on great terms with Incubi.
What'd you do?
Spying.
For or on? Oh shit. Oh shit.
They know my face.
Okay. What do you need?
For them to not kill me.
Okay. I think I can handle that.
So I
As
don't
long
like
as we
this.
stick together, I think we'll be fine. They have been told not to talk to me unless I reach out to them, and I need to talk to them by Friday, otherwise they think I've chosen the other side, which I won't.
I don't like this.
Neither do
But I don't like Pathos more.
Yeah,
I'd be, you get what I'm saying.
yeah, it's the lesser of two evils.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you think you can help?
I know someone. It'll take some convincing. But I'd be your connection. I have to make it work.
I asked Incubi to find my parents. I don't know how much power they have, or leeway, or anything, but either my parents need to forget that my sister and I ever existed, or they need to be put somewhere safe until I can tell them what happened.
I would think maybe safe would be better, just because even if they don't remember, they can unfortunately be used against you.
Yeah.
True.
Some sort of protection program. I have one question, Lucy.
Huh.
I mean, dealing aside, are these good people?
They've never given me a reason not to trust them. Not
Okay.
once.
I personally am in favor of somebody who is a group that is at least trying to make things a little more fair in this world.
People deserve to feel. And Pathos is trying to take that away from them by upping the prices and making things inaccessible. And I am fucking tired of it.
I do think I think Andrea would help with this if you're fine with bringing in someone else. It's a big thing we're talking about.
Yes.
Do you want me to go talk to her, or how do we want to do this?
I trust my workshop in that it's private. I put alarm spells up just so that people don't mess with my things. It can be a little dangerous in here with all the alchemy. I can bring them here.
If you trust them, I trust them.
Okay.
How about I'll go get Andrea. I'll be
Okay.
back. Give me 30 minutes.
Okay.
Got it.
Definitely.
Okay, so you're going to go find Andrea. Where are you
Yeah.
looking?
I'm just gonna go back down into the lobby.
Okay.
And
As you head into the lounge area, you do see Andrea emerge from like the care rooms. And she looks the tiniest bit frazzled. She's very clearly lost in thought. But you do see her.
hey, Andrea?
Oh, yes, hi.
Is this a bad time?
No, what do you need?
You're familiar with Azarea, right?
I would say so at this point.
She's upstairs. If you have a moment, she'd like to have a word with you.
Oh, yes, of course. Disappear and go.
And I'm going to leave. I'm actually going to go get Nellie. Hey, ready to talk now?
Yeah. What's going on?
He's gonna look around, just kind of make sure that everything's fine. You know how, you were gonna have me track incubi?
Yes.
I've got a problem.
Another one.
Yeah, and I don't feel very comfortable with this, but don't know what we're supposed to do.
Should we be talking about this right here?
Probably not. Is there somewhere safer?
Nellie's gonna look around and be like, there seems to be quite a few empty rooms.
Yeah.
Here.
At this point, Nellie, you do get a text from the Hatter. Told you all I need is a day. It's done.
I'll text back. I'm not gonna text back thank you, because that's just not Nellie. Good job.
It's what I do. I'm the best of the best.
Your bonus will arrive soon. Enjoy it.
Plan on it. Flynn, you also get a text from the Hatter. And it is going to be sent to you privately.
I'm gonna send back a thumbs up.
Yeah, you can approach that accordingly. And yeah. So are you going into the back rooms or are you going into Azraea's workshop?
One of the back rooms.
One of the back rooms?
I'm not ready to.
By all means. So you head into one of the empty back rooms. You actually go into the room where your therapy happened not too long ago on Friday.
Alright.
And you sort of glance around, and it's confirmation of what you already know. Azraea specifically does not put cameras inside the service rooms.
Shippa.
Because Shippa. And for the audience, just to know exactly what that is Space HIPAA, because I think it's funny. But due to Shippa
hilarious.
regulations, we do want to make sure that there isn't a recording of any therapeutic sessions.
Right.
And you two are able to carry out your conversation in pure confidence.
Wonderful.
Well, our first problem has been resolved. What is this new one?
We might have to pick the lesser of two evils.
And what is the lesser of two evils, Flynn?
You know that girl that came in? The one with the colorful
The
get-up?
very loud get up? Yes.
Yeah.
She left, she came back. Everyone's been heading upstairs since.
Her sister was shot dead by Pathos.
Go on.
Because she's a double agent is more jargon, but she deals on the side.
For incubi.
Yep.
Double agent?
Pathos.
I see.
she's willing and able to... The Hatter's done his work. If she
He
can,
always does.
that gets me off the warden's back. Or anyone else who may be watching. She might be able to get Incubi to not kill me.
That would certainly... Well, I'd hate to see you dead.
Hate to be dead. The Hatter may come in handy. Apparently Pathos sees all.
You think we should make friendly bedmates with Incubi?
I don't want to. But Azarea seems to trust him.
And you trust Azurea?
I do. I don't know Lucy at all, but it sounds like these people are willing to protect her family. I really don't like this.
You
But I
know,
don't
Flynn,
know.
I think I'm going to let you take point. If you want my help, you will have it.
Of course.
But let's not lose sight of the real goal. Understood?
Understood. That girl is dead and I just can't. I can't stand by.
I understand. What do you need me to do?
Keep in contact. It seems you can get a hold of the Hatter pretty well. In a more, safe way. I mean, they're all upstairs. I'm not gonna ask you to put yourself on the line. But
This should be safe enough. They've already seen me with you.
I'll keep my
Lead
mouth
the
shut.
way.
I'll let you say as much as you're willing to.
All right.
Hi guys.
Hi. So, why exactly are we all here?
Would they not have explained this in the while we were gone?
Well, Andrea, did you come up here before they did?
Second.
Yes, she would have. The three of you would have been in there very briefly, and then
Oh,
about
yeah.
5 minutes later. Yeah.
I would have at least said what's happening to
Yeah,
Andrea.
That's kind of what I assumed. So, all right, have at it. Space Daddy out.
I have someone who might be able to help.
Ooh. Yes, this is, person you were with this morning, right?
Yeah.
Did I get your name? I don't remember.
Nelly.
A pleasure to meet you. Azurea. Although I suppose this is not the time for pleasantries.
And Azurea just kind of looks to Lucy.
Lucy, I'll spare you from having to say it again, assuming Flynn has given me the relevant details.
Thank you.
My condolences. I have the connections that you will likely need. My goal is the destruction of Pathos, Ethos, and Incubi. But I can let the last one slide for now.
Maybe at the end of this we can find a better solution than being divided.
Perhaps. No promises.
How much do you trust Incubi to take care of getting people out?
They've never given me a reason not to trust them. But right now they don't trust me.
What do
Getting
you
someone
guys
out?
I have to play the part. You know, I can't let Spectre know that I've...
What do your parents do exactly?
They're simple people. They live out in the country. They didn't have enough money to send me through college. That's why I dealt. I call them at
Names?
least once a week. They know nothing else.
I understand, Lucy. How you got into all this. I was in grad school when I started bartending, and this is where I've ended up. It seems like such a huge thing that we're talking about. And you all seem much more adept at all of this.
And Lucy's gonna look at the rest of you and just say, if Azabrea trusts you and you trust each other in whatever capacity, I trust you. And that's gonna have to be, it's gonna have to be enough for now. I don't want it to be. I want to kill him with my bare hands, but I can't do that. Can't do that yet. He is way too powerful for me to do something like that.
Plus, you cut off one head and Pathos will just grow another.
That's true.
And I don't even think that he gives a shit about anyone else but himself and his own success. So even if I went after the nephew, son, god fucking relation that he decided to put in the position I actually deserved, if I killed him or he was killed, he wouldn't give two shits. First of all, he'd blame me anyway. Second, again, wouldn't care. I don't know how to get to him. My first thought was to come up with a concoction of rage and despair and flood his office with it. But I don't have access to that right now, and he could probably counteract it in some way.
I think they'd know.
No.
Plus, I still have trust in my system, by the way. He gave me a microdose of trust. I think I have about an hour and a half left.
Oh,
Question.
Yes.
Space Daddy. If I put 5
You
points of
rang? How can I help?
if I put 5 points of lay on hands, does this count as curing a disease or neutralizing a poison?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
I'll tell you what, give me a medicine check, beat an 18 and we'll talk.
Okay. Oh, well, actually, I have decent. Got a 4. We might be able to pull it off. That's a nat 20. I think I'm...
Okay.
Okay.
So, You sort of reach out and put your hand on Lucy's shoulder, and I think you feel a lot of reminiscing, because you've seen what emotions do to people who take it consensually. And after the conversation with Charlie, you know the repercussions of what happens when emotions sort of take their own effect. And as Lucy mentions that the notion of consent was removed when Spectre dosed her with a microdose of trust, you are able to place that hand on her shoulder and sort of pull out the effects of the trust. Overall, that emotion is still there, but instead of a -2, we'll take a -1. So the effects go down from a 2 to a 1 in this moment. It's not fully out of your system. It's not how it fully works, because it has had a lot of time to. Yep. So you get the +1 and a -1 instead of a +2, -2. So it does have the effects. It goes from a 2 to a 1. So basically what happened is Andrea sped up the half-life of the
okay.
That's what's going on.
Okay.
It is not fully out of your system, because frankly, Andrea, it didn't work on your mother, so it's not going to work here. Space Daddy out. Bye, bitches.
Alright. She just kind of shakes her hand, and you see, like, her eyes go back from the teal and purple that was swirling in her eyes for a moment back to solid white. Okay, that should help a bit. Not much, but something at least.
What was that?
If technically emotions are natural, but it's still artificial, and it can, if you know what you're doing, you can somewhat neutralize the effects. It's not much, but it's at least something for now.
Yes, and Azure goes over and gets a bottle that's on her desk and hands it to Lucy. This is something I'm working on today, and it'll be gone by tomorrow, but it should allow you to transform yourself for about 10 minutes. If there's any... I feel like it might be good. Just to keep ourselves safe.
I mean, I don't plan on going anywhere right now, but I'll take it. I'm not going to drink it right now, but I'll
of course.
I'll take it with me.
It's just in case. The effects will fade in 24 hours, but you know.
Above table, is this like a disguised self?
This is, I'll put it in the chat, it is alter self for 10 minutes.
Ooh, okay.
Is what I rolled today.
Beautiful. And she's just gonna put that in her bag. I will find a way to repay you, all of you. I don't know how, but I will. But if it comes down to it, and he is looking really grim, and he is just on the brink of death, let me be the one who ends it. I want to see the light fade from his eyes.
Of course. I can't speak for anyone here, but me personally, you don't have to repay. This is not right. It should be dealt with.
It's the right thing to do.
Nellie.
Yes.
My sister's body.
Yes.
I don't know what to do with it. I can't keep it in my apartment.
Obviously not.
There's security cameras everywhere. I need She deserves to be buried somewhere.
Nellie's gonna text a quick message off and say, the body will not be there should you go home. But it'll be okay.
He said he was gonna make her disappear.
Yeah, so you text Catherine Lamont specifically.
Yes.
Yeah. And almost immediately you get a text back on it. Do we have an address?
Lucy, address. Quickly.
Shit. 4292 Blaker Street.
And you have like a network of your agents, and you see that Catherine is already on the move.
It's being handled, Lucy. It might be a while before you can have full closure. But Pathos will not get your sister's body.
I can't. He said he was gonna make her disappear like she never existed.
She will always exist in you. I'm not sure if we can expend the resources beyond that right now. It would be astronomical to combat his deleting her from the collective systems. But you will always remember who she is, right? And when the time is right, we will bury her. And we will mark her grave in something that cannot be easily deleted with the stroke of a key.
What's a cause your sister believed in? Humor me for a moment.
Likely the gods of my parents.
Like, cause, like, not God, cause.
Cause?
Cause. Something Izzy was passionate about. Humor me.
She was really great with she loved adventure. She loved exploring. I was supposed to take her exploring, and I never did. She sent me lists of places she wanted to go.
Okay. Give me a day. I think I can work something out to where, at the very least, we can't get rid of her name.
Okay.
It's a location thing. I might be able to help with that.
I am troubled by this use of emotions as a non-consensual way to influence you all. And Azria goes over to her desk and touches 4 bottles, and they fill up with liquid, and gives one to each of you. This will only be a minute, but it could help with going against the effects of such things. If you find yourself maybe getting a dose of something, or if you're in danger. Above board, it's essentially the bless spell for a minute.
Thank you, Azria.
Yes.
Thank you.
Whatever I can do.
Thank you.
And of course, you are all welcome at Apothecary anytime. This has made me reevaluate some things, but I think it's safe here.
Nelly, you get a
Yes.
text from the Hatter.
Okay, what does it say?
So I've been listening in. There's a real opportunity here.
As you do.
Don't keep her death quiet. Say
Didn't
her
intend
name.
to.
Say her name.
Izzy.
Catherine is getting the body.
Yes.
I can work on something, and I can get with Rig. We can try and hack into some of the neon boards.
I like it. Consider it requested.
I'll get with Catherine as soon as she gets down to the Hollow.
I'd also put her name in a virus. I want it to show up in places it shouldn't. Just the name. Nothing else.
Are you giving me permission to be a menace?
Yes.
God, you're a great boss. Awesome. I'm gonna do that too.
Thank you. And let me know if I can get you anything. So, after I stop looking at my phone, I will look up and I will say to the room, don't be alarmed if you see her name. It's not a hallucination.
What if he calls me out for it?
There is no way this could be traced to you.
Yes, but
Worst case, you don't have to work for him.
Yeah. I mean, the inside intel would be nice, but it's not required.
if the minute we can guarantee my parents' safety, we can do anything we want.
Do you want Incubi to take care of that, or would you like me? Because I can get that done very quickly.
Do I know what kind of money Andrea has?
Give me an insight check. Remember, you're still taking a -1 because you do still have some semblance of trust.
That there is a hold on. So +4, so +3.
Can we
11.
make the argument for history? Worst case.
Ooh. You could make an argument.
Yeah,
for
you know
history.
what? Yeah, you know what? What would that be if that was a history check?
A 10. So a 10 or an 11. It would have been one digit off.
Awesome.
We all have an inspiration as well. Don't forget about that.
Oh shoot! Yes. Is that
Advantage.
It's free advantage.
Oh crap!
Given to you by our wonderful lore mistress Ladybug.
I just tossed it. That's a nat 20.
Nat 20. Okay.
Thank you, Ladybug. I love you.
You would know the Vallons are famed to have government positions. Historically speaking, you remember in your Pathos training that the Vallons had no small part of passing FEEL, the Federal Emotion Economics Law, that basically taxed the Pathos emotions. So the Vallons are heavily in support of the use of emotions, and they are a very, very old money family.
Okay.
You get the feeling that Andrea is loaded.
All right. Go ahead.
All right.
Yes. Lucy, this is up to you. I know we're all trying to help. It's whatever you want. This is your sister.
I know. God. I didn't really imagine, like I said earlier, telling my secrets so early into knowing people, but, and plus I don't like being the center of attention. This is weird for me.
I've never had friends.
Same. I mean, sort of. I kind of
Right.
have friends. I'm
Yeah.
sort of friends with my boss.
I have contacts, not friends.
I consider you all friends, just so you know. Nelly, I've just met you, but...
Shit. Fuck. Aviella, what about her?
I mean,
Oh, shit, I should be, I should be candid, shouldn't I? She's one of my patients.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have been a little worried. I mean, she has been very quiet in the group
hey,
chats.
leave it to me.
Okay.
I have an idea.
Just remind her about doctor-patient confidentiality, okay? Granted, it might not even fucking matter anymore, but still, like... She's got influence.
A lot of things are going out the window today.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's dark. I shouldn't joke about that yet. Alright.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I did...
You all know Avi.
Yes.
We met her this Saturday.
Friday.
Yes. She's been a patron at Apothecary quite often.
She has us in a group text.
Very insistent on that.
But
Well, she hasn't said anything recently, but she was
Yes.
basically giving us a moment by moment by moment by moment by moment. So I muted it.
She's sweet, just not quite used to that level of enthusiasm.
Intelligence?
I think it's just wanting a connection.
I believe she's very lonely.
Yes.
I do worry about her. I mean, I can't break Shippa. So.
I tried to send a couple messages privately, but I haven't heard a response.
I'll send her a text, see if I can get through to her. Which,
Please, Flynn.
I know you're also very good at finding people, Flynn.
I'm good at finding, not talking.
Yes. Well, I don't think you'll have a problem talking with Abby.
I believe she has to people. I believe she has a habit of disappearing.
Okay.
She usually comes back.
Yes.
But Flynn, make sure she does.
I will.
Okay. Wonderful.
You will all notice Nellie's tone get like super sharp and protective on that last sentence.
How do you know Aviella, actually?
Never met her.
Could I do an insight check?
Yeah.
I mean, you could. It's going to be a disadvantage because technically she is not lying.
Yes.
Yeah, but the protective tone and then...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
you
I've
can
never
roll.
met her.
Anybody who wants to can roll with disadvantage. Lucy, as a reminder, this is going to be an additional -1 if you're going to take a shot.
That's a nat 1. I got nothing.
All right.
Ooh! Hold on. It's, what check is it?
Insight.
Oh,
So you're
shit.
taking a -2 to whatever you rolled.
No. Nah. I got like
14 is my lower.
Okay.
12.
12.
Yeah.
Flynn, you rolling?
It's not my business.
Fair enough. Nelly, you want to give me deception with advantage? Just to set a DC?
Oh no. I'm scared.
17.
Damn it!
17. Okay.
And to be clear, Azure is not like mistrusting. She is just
Yeah.
like she wants to understand people.
It's
and where they're coming
curiosity.
from.
I'll honor this. From what you gather of Nellie, she seems to be incredibly protective of like people who are steadily on emotions. And the knowledge that Nellie shared of Aviella is not a well-kept secret in terms of the like social circles that Aviella does navigate. It's very much something that kind of hits the tabloids of there was a premiere that was supposed to happen that Aviella just never showed up for, and what a shame because she was one of the lead roles. And so there are rumors that she does go on pathos benders where she indulges herself in the emotions to excess. She blacks out, and then she just sort of reappears a few days later as if nothing ever happened. So this is not new information that Nellie is sharing. And you do see some light logos propaganda that does kind of pop up every now and again that is centered around the way ethos celebrities are treated. And that they are basically pack mules for marketing effect.
Yeah.
And Aviella is kind of the scapegoat of that entire thing.
She's like the spokeswoman of the spokeswomen.
Yes.
So that's kind of what you get on your insight checks. Andrea, your mind is elsewhere. And I think you know exactly where your mind is. You are not really paying attention to what Nellie is saying and how Nellie is saying it at this moment. A lot has happened today. A lot of things that you kind of need to mentally debrief.
Yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot here.
And you can't necessarily whip out a tablet and start taking notes.
Nope.
I'll send her a text.
Yes. We should. If everything's being monitored, how will we talk to each other? Just in person?
This seems to be a safe place. We all know where it is.
It's true.
Yes, this is safe. And of course, texting can be obscured.
Oh.
When needed.
Try not to say anything too revealing.
Okay.
Yes, as long as we avoid certain phrases, we can hide most of what we say within our chats.
Oh, good.
When needed. I will say, and Flynn will tell you, that I do occasionally have tasks that take me out of cell service, shall we say.
Okay. Okay.
In that case, always get in touch with Flynn. He knows how to contact my people.
I can do that.
If we need another safe place to discuss things, she's going to take out a piece of paper, write down the address for Haven and a security code. Just hand them off to everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andrea.
Thanks.
Should the need arise, I can, with notice, requisition a safe house as well. They will not be comfortable, however.
Yeah, I don't want y'all meeting my mom.
I do ask if we have to resort to Haven. Any emotions that some of you may choose to take, I would prefer you not to mention it or do so out in the open while there.
Of course.
Thank you.
I hope. Worries me to think that something might happen to Apothecary that we would need to use another space, but I understand.
We are putting everything on the line.
I hate that I have to. I hate that this is
No.
happening and it's my fault.
What else can we do? This is the world we are living in.
Hate to break it to you, but Pathos has been an issue for a very long time. It's just you're being made aware of it and you're reaching out for help. And you're
You
being
see, this is not your fault.
It would have just been someone else.
It would have been someone else, perhaps with a sister that doesn't care as much as you do. A sister that would have betrayed Incubi.
worse. Could have been someone who's not being smart about this. This isn't the first time Pathos has done something like this, and most of the time, everyone ends up in unmarked graves.
There are ways to obviously erase it. It's not right.
No.
And I
It's not.
don't mean what we do.
So, should I just go about my day? And I have one coworker that I trust. Spectre said that no one else knew at work what I did. So, there's one person I trust. I would like to get him involved.
I would ask that you allow a thorough background check first to make sure loyalties are where they should be. This is a very delicate procedure we're in.
Flynn, Nelly, do you have a way of running a background check?
Naturally.
Great. He's hold on, I remember his last name. Dr. Mason Pierce.
I'll do anything I can. Talk of background checks and obscuring texts and things. I do feel quite over my head, but however I can help.
Do you think you can look into ways to protect ourselves from airborne emotions or maybe neutralize effects?
Yes, that I've never tried that before, but that's yes. I will definitely look into that. They shouldn't
We have
be
these little
used
things.
offensively.
It seems to be a short-term solution.
It's a short term, but
Depending on my time left at Pathos, I work in the research and development department. I am a doctor. If I really keep an eye on my paperwork, even then, it's still experimental. I do experiments every single day. I can start trying to experiment with things.
I can set you up at the lab here too. We could work together.
The only issue is I don't want to. I'll have to start slipping things very small, like just a vial or two, instead of large quantities of things. But I need to work on this. I need to find, I don't know.
Does Apothecary have a bouncer?
Yes. Well, we have quite a few workers here who've got some magical abilities. For if things get a little too out of hand.
Essentially, it's a series of people who know how to cast Hold Person.
What things should I focus on in the lab? I already have an idea for one.
Well, I have, before I was working with you, I got my emotions through kind of traditional channels. Could still try to do that. I'm completely fine with having the bar be a little less emotion driven for a while.
Okay.
I think this neutralizing is a very good idea. I don't like the idea that we could be dosed.
Something to counteract. Okay.
Yes.
Or even just something similar to what Azarea made earlier, that we could maybe take ahead of time to protect ourselves.
I've never thought about alchemy this way, but I have some ideas already. I'll start working.
Lucy,
Yeah.
your boss wants you to betray incubi, correct?
Yes.
What if, which indicates that they expect you to maintain some sort of contact with incubi until this betrayal occurs. Yes?
Yes.
What if you smuggled emotions out with the express permission of your bosses?
That.
And perhaps you could work on a neutralization formula under the guise of making incubi's emotions less potent, less satisfying, thereby undermining their usefulness.
Yes.
This seems like a plan. Obviously, please do not, as for the time being, we don't want to inherently weaken emotions all at once. That could crash the system.
This is
that's
very smart.
Perfect. If he has me followed, I don't want to implicate this place, but I fear I already may have. I don't want to put any of you at risk.
Some of us already are at risk, and have been for quite some time.
Yes, you don't get the position in Logos that I do without inherent risks.
That's fair.
I have a feeling that if he contacted you here, he probably knows that we might be related in this way.
He has a picture of me standing in the back alley with my contacts from Incubi, so, you know, kind of already screwed the pooch on that. But that idea is perfect.
Yes.
Thank you. It's brilliant.
I believe it will allow you to keep up the guise that you have chosen, Pathos.
Yes.
How do you feel about... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Azura.
Lucy, how do you feel about this subterfuge? Of course, it may be what's necessary, but do you feel able?
As it stands right now, I could not walk up to him and take his life, but I know for certain that eventually I will.
Okay.
So I'm good.
And at this point, the conversation sort of winds down, and you all head home for the night. Lucy, you head home, and the body is indeed gone. Your apartment locked, as if nobody entered at all. Andrea, as you leave Apothecary, Charlie is sitting in one of the booths waiting for you, and the two of you walk home together.
Think on, smile, keep up conversation with him.
Flynn, you get a text from Mama Thorne.
Oh, wonderful.
Can't help but notice that you're out late again. Did you finally make some friends?
Yeah, Mom, I did. Don't worry about it. I'll get enough sleep.
Invite them over for dinner tomorrow.
We'll see about their schedules. I'll try.
Have them over for dinner tomorrow.
Yes, Mom.
And Azarea, you kind of go about finishing up the day for Apothecary. And balance your books. Everything looks good.
I think
And-
she's also like panicking. Like it has never occurred to her to have to be like strategic and defensive and offensive. So she has been, ever since the conversation, even part of it, just like going through all the things that she knows, all her like artificer skills of like what could she use, what could she help with.
Yeah? Nellie, after a little while, you get a text from the Hatter. And it is a image of what will go on the hollow boards come morning.
Yes.
Sending it for your approval.
I will think for a moment and say, make it so. I don't want anyone to ever forget this name.
And as you head to bed, are you dropping off your phone at the Velvet Rabbit?
Yes, because I have a feeling I will not need it.
Okay. So, what we're gonna need from you is we need to figure out who is fronting tomorrow, since you are coming onto a long rest. I believe that your DC is going to be a little bit higher for Nellie specifically, just to make sure, like, you want to see the hollow boards come up and go live.
Honey, Space Daddy, I rolled a nat 20 on my
I know,
Switch.
I can't give a narrative for the audience, my god.
Okay, I'm just saying, sorry.
Jeez. Just
Tell
for
the
the audience,
story.
there are positive and negative triggers that do exist in DID. So at every long rest, Nellie and Aviella will make essentially a death save, with the numbers fluctuating depending on the positive and negative triggers that are present in the day that they just had and in the coming day. So on a natural 20, that means that in the morning, we are going to be getting Aviella back. And you all sort of head to bed. Lucy, you have work in the morning. So, you all wake up in the morning and you walk outside to start whatever day it is that you have. And you're walking amidst sort of the main area of Anaam that is central to everything, the park surrounding it. And the hollow boards are ever present. And you do see some of the hollow board of Aviella. Light tears on her face, who wants to cry when you can smile. Joy by Pathos. You see some shows that are going to be had at the Spire, just sort of advertised to bring in some interested parties. You see just various ads and for different establishments for Android repair at Riggs Mechanic Shop. All of these different things. And as all of you are going about your morning, you hear a small fritzing of wiring as some of the billboards begin to change. And they are warped. And the picture changes. And in front of the entire population of Anna Amtasi is a photo of Izzy, grabbed from her phone when she first secured her internship at Pathos, shaking the hand of Raymond Spector. And underneath it, it says, Isadora Delmont, say her name. And as you all look at it, you watch in real time as the image flickers and shifts. And the image immediately disappears. You watch as one letter at a time, Isadora Delmont disappears. Until a fractal image of light left at the bottom of the hollow boards. Say her name. Until it fully dissipates and is replaced with a new Pathos ad. How's everybody reacting to that?
I've already called a few charity boards, brought in quite a few donations under Isadora's name, enough to get several plaques set up at their headquarters.
Did we get that list of locations? From
Not
Lucy?
quite yet. Not quite yet. Still waiting on that as... Lucy, how you doing?
She's obviously on something this morning. Likely not a concentration. She's not going to go that far. But a nice dose of, like, endurance, almost.
Okay.
She's not okay, but she's going to fake it till she makes it.
I think at this point you may have taken a microdose of anger. I think you might have taken irritation to help with that endurance.
Yes. I did.
How's everybody else reacting? After this conversation that you all had last night and seeing the photo, the name, the message. And we'll get to Aviella in a second.
I think Azarea just immediately texts Lucy to see how she's doing. And just says, "Did you see it? How are you?"
She is going to respond back with, yes. And fine. And that's it.
Lucy, at this point, you walk into Pathos for your shift. And everybody just kind of nods at you. Fully business as usual.
Have I gotten anything back from Nellie about Mason?
No.
Okay.
As soon as the night ended, you never got a response back.
I'm gonna go into my lab.
Okay. And you have a perfectly normal day at work.
Does that asshole find me at any point? Asshole being
No.
Lever.
No.
Okay.
And neither does Mason.
Okay. Well, at least I don't have to lie to him today. I'm gonna start smuggling things already.
Okay.
Likely anger, rage.
Oh, you're going with rage. You're going with a concentrate.
Going with rage. And something to do with apathy.
Okay. So that would be most likely with what it is that you are wanting. Loathing. Which is the concentrate of disgust.
Okay. Do we have any, like... probably toss in some serenity, too.
Okay. Kind of keeping it simple.
Yeah.
But I think the two big concentrates is the rage and the the rage and the disgust is really the big ones for you, the loathing. Given that those two specifically cut off, and I've got the document here, loathing cuts off any feeling of trust. Rage cuts off any connection to fear.
Perfect.
So that is the closest thing that you can get to pure apathy. Is no fear, no trust.
Good.
Azarea.
Yes.
And Flynn, honest answer. Would you be at Apothecary this morning?
No.
No. Wonderful. Azarea. At about 10:30 in the morning, a Star Warden walks in. Right, are you Miss Azarea?
Oh, yes. Can I help you?
Wonderful. Yes, hello. And they flash their badge. They just kind of like flash their palm, and it kind of comes up as a holofract. We've been sent here on an anonymous tip to check your books.
Oh. Do you have a warrant or something?
And in his other hand, a warrant.
Oh, okay. Can I guess it's an anonymous tip.
We're just looking to making sure that all of your materials are here on legal grounds.
Of course, of course.
Everything has been made through the proper channels. You get your equipment through the channels that you're supposed to. Nothing shady of the sort.
Yes, yes, I can get my books for you. If you want to wait here, I'll get them from my office.
Gladly. And Naz comes up and kind of like gives them refreshment and keeps them a little bit busy because they know that there's more than one book.
Yes, I go back to my office. I find the books that I want to give them, and just do a quick double check, like just because out of nervousness of flipping through them, and it's like, is this right? Is there anything that's gonna look weird?
Give me an investigation check to give it a good once over.
to roll. My D&D Beyond is being a little weird.
That's fair. Roll the real people dice.
Yes, that would be 15.
15. Yeah, everything looks good.
Actually,
you
I think I'm
have-
going to use my inspiration here because it's.
Go for it. It's the end of the
just in
session. Why
case.
not?
Yeah. Nope, worse.
15. Everything looks all well and good. And you go out. The Star Warden takes the book and they kind of leaf through your books, lightly kind of pick up a calculator. Because Star Wardens are the enforcing officers of Ana'am. Not necessarily known for their math skills. They do sort of a quick once-over of everything before eventually nodding and saying, "All right, very good. Looks like everything appears to be in order. And we may variously be in touch over the next few weeks just to ensure that everything is good. Nothing wrong with ensuring proper protection in case an additional complaint comes in."
Of course, of course. And no way to know who lodged the complaint.
Frankly, even if we knew, I don't believe we'd tell you.
Oh, okay.
Retaliation is a large part of what it is that we have to deal with.
Yes.
So if we told you who it is, that could potentially... I don't know. You seem like a well-enough woman. But... never know what's going to make you go off your rocker.
I understand. Thank you. Anything for the road?
No, we'll leave him good.
Thank you.
Gotta stay sharp for the shift.
Of course.
And they leave. And Naz lets out, like, as soon as the door closes, you watch as Naz goes, "Oh, thank God."
Yes, maybe,
I just like take Naz to my office. just take his arm and just like lead him to my office.
yes, that was, we might, Naz, there might be a little more danger around here.
Okay. I don't know exactly how you wanted me to roll with that, but like, yeah, sure, cool.
Just so you know, I don't want you getting into any trouble, but I think this Star Wardens thing might be related.
To what?
The less you know, I think the better. But just keep an eye out if you could, and tell the other employees that if they see anything strange, any people that don't seem to belong, in the next week or so, if you could tell me.
There's one thing I'm good at, Miss Rhea, it is, and he kind of like, flicks his head so that his ear kind of flops up because he has a harangon. It's keeping an ear to the ground.
Wonderful, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. And we cut to Aviella. You see the hollow boards happen.
Yes.
And you see them replaced with your face.
And I think the first thing Gabriella is going to do is she's going to message the group chat, be like, what did I miss? Oh my God. I was so happy. But what did I miss? Who is this? Who is this Isadora? Why are we saying her name? Oh my God, you have to tell me everything I missed. You have to tell me right now.
You also do see a message from Flynn directly saying that his mother would love to have you and the rest of the group over for dinner tonight.
And so I will text him, respond to that and be like, oh my God, yes, absolutely. We have to go shopping.
Funny you say that. Can we meet earlier today?
Oh, yes. And I'm going to text him, like, my favorite little, like, sushi spot for lunch.
All right. I hope that paycheck is hit.
And it did.
How
Lala, to
much?
throw you a little bit of a curveball, because we never decided an actual amount. How much did Nellie put in Flynn's bank account?
I think this one was a transfer of probably around 500 credits. No idea how often that's coming, but that's the first deposit.
All right. And so you do see a large influx of a payday. 500 is already incredibly steep for what Nellie normally pays you. And we will pick up on this next time on Starbottled. Thank you all for joining us